Right, Gilberto. I fell out of love with that real fast.
Got me really good, and you just had no idea what you were about to say.
No, yeah.
All right, Gilberto.
All right then. This should be good.
Oh, this should be good, yeah. This one should be good. And we just give a word to our sponsors first of all, Rob. Sponsored by Gillette, because I shaved my legs today.
How's that? For cycling purposes?
Yeah, for cycling purposes.
How much faster do you get if you shave your legs?
I'd say 14% of the time it works every time.
Is it worth the hassle of doing it? Genuinely?
I actually find it quite therapeutic now. Although, I tell you what, shaving on the legs is way more precarious than shaving anywhere else.
Really?
I shave everywhere. I shave everywhere. And the legs, because you've got to shave along the bone. And the amount of nicks that I get, the little nicks, and now and again, you know, that classic thing where you've cut yourself. You're looking at the area, you're looking at the crash site, and then 10 seconds later, you know what's going to happen, and suddenly the blood goes, hello! And you're like, oh.
Yeah, great. I telegraphed this early. Yeah.
So, but yeah, do you know what? It does make a huge difference. It makes a huge difference. It makes a huge difference specifically in the summer, because the difference between me having just a little bit of hair on my legs and nothing, and the cooling is
right. I hadn't thought of that.
Humongous.
Okay, so that's where the gain comes from. That you cool down faster.
Exactly.
Right. I hadn't even thought of that. You know. All right. Do you do
feels...
your bum?
Do I do my bum?
Yeah. Because it would be really weird if you didn't. Only if you have a hairy bum.
Yeah, I have to get in there, because like you say, otherwise,
I think in there might be a bit strong. There's a sort of purging element to that.
But you're right, because you're just going to have, it's the only part. It's like if I don't do my feet. I have some hair on my feet as well, a little bit of hair.
Sure, yeah. Well, because if you got... Yeah, sorry. We're going to say the same thing. Were you some weird hobbit? You got hobbit feet, but your legs are like fucking snooker balls, and then your arms are fucking fuzz. There's no way.
Exactly. I haven't ever
poor
waxed
Sophie's
it,
scratching
though.
her head going, you haven't waxed?
I've never waxed, and I don't think I would do.
Dude, I have waxed my chest. I had someone wax my chest for me once before I started shaving it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I mean, all I can say is it's not worth it.
It's not worth it. Right, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the process, granted, I had no hair on my chest, but two things. Actually, I'd shaved it once, and then with our lovely friend Laverne, who's a beauty therapist, she was like, do you know what? You might as well wax it because it's way better for. And she gave me a lot of very, very reasonable reasons. And I said, okay, fine. But she said, but let the hair grow back for 2 weeks, otherwise you won't be long enough for the wax to work. Okay. So I said, yeah, right. And the itch after about 7 or 8 days of, you know what I mean? When you get past that point, it's like shaving your face or something. Oh my God. I should rip my anyway. And then she came around and she and Rach just laid me on my back on the coffee table in the living room. And she just put all this hot wax on me and just ripped these bits of material off. I mean, it was very funny for them. And I don't regret it because it was very funny for them. But I've shaved ever since. I'm not up for it.
Just no need. It's like you say, there's just no advantage. There's no.
I think it grows back slower. Is that right? Or something like that?
Well, yeah, I mean, apparently, sorry, I shouldn't have said there's no advantage. Obviously, there must be an advantage. but basically what you said, which is that the pros do not outweigh the cons. And there is...
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with every 2 or 3 days shaving my chest in the shower. Like, it's absolutely fine. If anything... I mean, I love being in the shower. Shower's a great place to be. It's like we were talking the other day about doing a poo. It's like, you don't need
in
to
the shower.
rush that stuff.
Sorry, yes, absolutely.
You don't need to rush that stuff.
One of my favorite things, right? And I mean this. So when we bought this place, so, you know, you've been here, there's a house, and then we've got a little toilet under the stairs. That was put in. When we moved in, the whole place was a wreck, and we had to do a load of work. And the two builders, these lovely dudes from Romania, we were talking about what you needed done. And we said, we think about putting a second toilet in under the stairs. And then one guy went, he said something like, that's my safe place. And we laughed. He went, yeah, my wife gets the whole house No one bothers me. And I was like, yeah, give me that. And now, genuinely, every morning, we sort of touched on this last episode. I go upstairs in the morning. I play Solitaire on my phone. It's a podcast. It's just Rob's time. I'm locked away. No world cut. No one's phoning me. No, have you done it? No, I fucking haven't. It's just glorious. Yeah. And some days the real luxury is like, I don't know, if Scout's out with Rach or something, and it's like a Saturday. There's no work to do, and it's just bliss, just the peace and quiet. There's no windows, just the quiet hum of the extractor fan. It's like the entire world just melts away. I've made it weird, haven't I? Sorry.
No, not at all. It got me thinking, how long do you think you could go, realistically, of having an extended period of time like that? Let's say that you wanted to just cut everything off, just have the hum of the extractor fan, your poo and your Solitaire, and not be reachable by anyone. How long could you go before the anxiety of, fuck, someone must be trying to contact me, or I have to do that thing now?
Oh, no, that anxiety wouldn't crop up. What happens, because I've tried this, is the pins and needles get too much and I've got to stand up. It's nothing to do with, no. I'm unreachable. What if my parents aren't okay? It's like, oh cramp. There's a point where the body's like, oi, fat boy, get the fuck up. What are you?
Oh, have a word with this girl. That is amazing.
So, we've all grown in lockdown. Oh, fuck it. 15 quid we don't mind.
Yeah, I tell you what, I think as well, one of the tabs that I've got open on Reddit is COVID related as well. So,
well, hey, at least there's a roadmap out or something.
Yeah, exactly. There's a roadmap. The road to freedom, I think, is what Boris called it.
Did he?
Yeah,
I can't be asked to watch anymore.
Oh no, I didn't actually watch his speech, but I did read his brilliant bit of hyperbole. So let me just Google it. Johnson, road to freedom. He loves to think he's a pound shop Churchill, doesn't he? He really does.
He really does. Yeah.
Boris Johnson says we're on a one-way road to freedom.
The follow-up book to The Oven Ready Deal. Honestly, in the bin. Come on, big man. Fuck off.
Christ
terrible.
Alive.
Anyway, whatever. Dude, did you have any success this week with your, I was about to say purgatory, like your pledge?
With my purgatory.
Yeah. That was so. Wasn't great.
So, no.
Fair?
No. It was. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It was.
No.
It was fucking appalling. It was fucking appalling, and I'm gonna explain why. Although I'm gonna preface the explanation as saying the explanation is actually just excuses, and there's no good excuse. There's no excuse is good enough because we made a pledge. And
I thought you were gonna be shocked at how malleable I am here.
I don't need you. I don't need you to be malleable. I need you to be like the Iron Lady. I need you to come in like Margaret Thatcher and say this lady's not for turning and all that kind of stuff.
Argument with the Welsh or whatever.
Yeah, that was right. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I like that word.
So the crippling thing that I found was and I'm putting this all on myself because I'm about to sound like I'm sharing the responsibility, and that's not true. But so on days where Sophie is streaming, she'll finish streaming at around 11:30.
What does she stream?
Stream singing.
Oh, awesome!
And she's unbelievably successful.
I bet. I believe it.
Like phenomenally successful.
Really?
I believe I haven't seen much of her today at all, and she got back late last night, but she did a stream yesterday where I think she made over £3,000.
Wow. Good on her.
Absolutely.
That's amazing.
Incredible. But I'll give last night as an example. So she came back at around 12:30, 20 to 1, because she streams at her parents, who are about a 20-minute drive.
Right.
Got back 20 to 1. we caught up, we had some food, and there's no way she's ready to go to sleep because she's on a high.
No, of course, yeah.
So then, at that point, I think I ended up sort of finally drifting off at around 2, and then there've been a couple of times this week where I've set my alarm for 7:45, woken up at 7:45, and been like, nothing. But
if you're going to bed at 2, that's not possible.
Well,
do you know what? Possible. It's not very good for you, is it?
It is and it isn't. It's not necessarily very good for you. So I'm just finishing my last forkful, but I've got my one arm round the one arm of my boom, and the other one's on the other side. So this is now a precarious forkful.
Right.
Yeah, it's not necessarily unhealthy. I think it's just that every day I've also had quite a busy day, and so the first couple of days, so on the Friday and the Saturday, I did wake up early, and then I was screwed because I was exhausted, but then going to bed late. Basically, I didn't do it, Rob. I didn't do it.
Fair enough. Very, very briefly on the sleep thing. Have you heard of Professor Matthew Walker?
I have indeed.
Sounds like a Simpsons character.
He does.
He's a very long book on sleep, which I haven't read, but he did do an excellent 2-part interview on a podcast, which is about 3 hours worth of stuff, in which he basically tells you all the stuff. Yeah, that turned me on to like, okay, I want to sleep 8 hours a night because it was like, I always knew sleep was important, but it sort of changed my attitude to how I think about sleep. Yeah, pretty mad. But hey, let's not give the secrets away to the watchers and listeners. They have to work out on their own. Also, it's kind of boring to be like, it's really important to sleep, otherwise you get dementia. But basically, he fails. That's the headline.
The really important thing, I think, the biggest takeaway from all of the fascination around sleep in the last 4 or 5 years in literature is the huge thing of you can't catch up on sleep. The idea of if you've missed sleep or if you haven't slept very much, or if you don't sleep very much in the week, and people are like, oh, it's okay, I'll catch up on the weekend, I'll sleep loads. And it's a complete misnomer. There's no such thing as catching up with sleep. If you have bad quality sleep, that's already had an impact, and you can't bring that, you can't rein it back in.
Do you remember the stat about when the clocks go back and forward? That was the thing that really knocked me out of my chair, was that when the clocks go forward by an hour, so we lose an hour of sleep, heart attacks, I think it's this UK stats, go up by 20%. And when the clocks go back, so we get an extra hour of sleep, that daily admission of cardiac arrest drops by 20%. I think it was 20% either way. Remember rightly.
Unbelievable. That's an unbelievable stat.
Yeah. So what he's saying is, if you sleep 10 hours a night, you can eat bacon sarnies every day until you're 90.
Exactly. Yeah.
The problem is people aren't sleeping it off long enough.
Honey, I just need to sleep off that bacon.
Yeah. Well, you have a McDonald's. You don't, because you eat sensibly. And then Rachel and I have a McDonald's every Friday.
Oh, nice.
And honestly, and I really mean this, I think it's one of the healthiest things we do. Not in terms of our digestive systems, I'm sure it's very bad, but in terms of having a nice thing to look forward to every week at the moment, it's brilliant.
Absolutely.
And I can't eat a McDonald's for lunch, because I'd probably start slitting my wrists in the afternoon. It'd be terrible. I have to go to bed after McDonald's to sleep off the effects. I've accidentally slid into a serious point here where I was making a joke about eating bacon sandwiches. Never mind. Anyway, so no. But basically, I just find it's the same with drinking, isn't it? If you have like, do you still drink? I can't remember.
No, very occasionally.
Right. Well, because sort of, despite the amount I took alcohol last week, I don't drink a huge amount, but if I have like a couple of glasses of wine with lunch, if I'm having a big family meal or something, oh my God, do I feel out of it for the rest of the day?
Oh mate,
like I'd much rather have a couple of
wine and I'm done.
Yeah, no, but but then if it's like, people talk about boozy work lunches, I can't imagine what that's like. No, because then you go back into the office, and my mate Paz is just telling me 10% off my mic, 10% up on your mic for the viewers.
Oh, nice. Cheers, Paz. Oh yeah, okay, that is quite actually.
Anyway, I can't envisage it. But sorry, the thing I want to get back to is how badly you failed, because we're totally not approaching what I've done this week, which is great. We're just going to focus on how you let us down.
Great, this is going to be like a therapy session for me now.
Sophie's out there flogging her guts out until the small hours. Can't quite be asked to stand up and just touch your toes. Oh mate, I did a brutal thing in the gym this week. our lovely friends Nat and John, who are, you maybe have met them.
Yeah.
They both got a personal trainer, and John sent us a message this week. He said, "Guys, try this. You do 1 push-up, 1 regular burpee, and then 2, and then 3, up to 20.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 210 burpees, and I presume 210 press-ups. And I was like, oh, I'll give that a whirl before my leg day. It took me 26 minutes, cost me just over 300 calories. At the end of it, I was like, I'm going to be sick in a bin. It was fucking dreadful.
What I love, the best part of that is that you phrased it as it cost you 310 calories. Like, I've literally just had to spend that. I've literally had to spend that energy.
It felt like I'd spent the energy, because then I couldn't do my proper leg day. I did a bit of strength training, but I was basically dead.
Yeah.
Dude, on the Apple Watch activity thing, it gives you,
beats you up,
calorie. Yeah, but it gives you calorie burn or whatever in 15 minutes in a workout. So you'll see that, like, in a high point in a hit, you might burn 150 calories over a 15-minute period.
Yeah.
So it tells you what your sort of your peak workout bit was.
Yeah.
So if I fucking cycle my nuts off on the exercise bike, I might get up to like 170. Doing this, I got up to 212, which is a big increase for me.
212 calories.
Yeah, in 15 minutes.
Okay, yeah, that's
good. I didn't feel like it. It was fucking awful. And he texted us another one today, and I was like, you can fuck off, John. I'm not doing that. I'm not falling for your madness, you legend.
The worst thing is I never think of, so whenever I do sets like that, I had a client of mine this morning, and I got her to do 20 swings, 20 kettlebell swings, and 10 push-ups. 18 swings, 8, 16, 6, 14, 4, 12, and 2. Done.
Cool. Yeah.
What I make sure I never do, and I never even think about this when I do that kind of thing myself, is, but how many swings is that in total? I never think, what is that altogether? Because I know that part of my mind will defeat me.
Don't count it. Absolutely don't count it up. No way.
As soon as you said 200 odd burpees, I was like, okay, fuck that.
That was the problem, is that because John said in the message before I started, he said, so that's 210 burpees. I was like, why did you say that?
What a twat.
I could just trick myself a bit. But you can't run away from numbers, Kai.
They're everywhere. Run away from them. No, you can't.
I've seen The Matrix. I know how this fucking works.
Hey, there's another Matrix coming out soon.
Is there? Or Matrix Uploaded or whatever? I don't know what it's called.
I don't know what it's called. It's just The Matrix 3.
Listen, I tried watching all 3 Matrix films again in the gym recently.
Yeah.
Watched the first one. Lovely stuff. Couldn't get enough. Got halfway through the second one, and I was like, it starts to
Matrix
eat itself.
4, sorry. Obviously, there's already been 3 of them.
Yeah, but it felt like forever. Do you know what I'm just about to finish in the gym? The Hunger Games films. You ever seen those?
Yeah, seen those.
I read the books. I think I watched the films at the time. Couldn't remember any of it because my memory's rubbish. Been rewatching them. They're quite good. It's quite fun.
They are quite good. They are quite good. Do you know what? It's really interesting that you bring that up.
Gym fodder.
Yeah, fair. Good gym fodder. I reckon they suffer from exactly the same thing that The Matrix does, where the first one is very memorable, and you're like, what a great concept. Really well done. I'm here all day. Katniss, freaking Legend of Zelda-ing everyone, and freaking arrows flying all over the shop. And then it's like, okay, all we want is more of the same. Like, that was a brilliant idea. I just want that again, and then that again, but just maybe give me slightly different characters. And if I've seen all of the Hunger Games films 3 times, and I still can't really tell you any standout moments in the second and third film.
Second and third film. So I'm halfway through the 4th at the moment.
Have I even seen the 4th? I don't even know if I've seen the 4th.
Listen, it's not seriously important, is it? But I think I don't know. All that stuff. I in the gym, right? I just need it to wash over me.
Yeah.
If it's too intense, you stop working out and you end up just watching.
Yeah. Fair.
Part of that. If it's too cack, it doesn't trick you into getting on with the work.
Exactly.
There's this sort of these parameters, right? These films coming in. Things like Suits. I watched all of. I did watch Suits, but I was thinking of Mad Men. I watched all of Mad Men in the gym. There's like 26 seasons of that, or fucking whatever, and it's basically just people abusing alcohol and then trying to sell cereal, but with occasional whoopsies. But it's like, it's well enough written, acted, and shot that it's like, this is clearly a good thing that's been well made, and whether you like it or not doesn't really matter. But it's not like, oh shit, I've missed a plot point here. Why has he got 3 stepdaughters? There's none of that. And that's what you need.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've totally derailed it. Sorry.
I haven't seen Mad Men, by the way. I haven't seen it.
It's all right. I wouldn't sit down and watch it without the gym. But then that goes for lots of things.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was supposed to also do some like purgatory stuff this week. I keep wanting to say purgatory. I don't know why. It's so weird. I did okay, Kai. I did okay. I was making an effort.
Talk me through.
Get out of bed and just boom, get on with the next thing, and not kind of procrastinate. You know, in my little palace under the stairs that I talked about earlier. And I reckon I did a good job 4 out of 7. I did a good job today. I'm struggling a bit at the moment because Scout will get us up at usually me first up at like 4, half 4 to go to the toilet. And I then struggle back to sleep again. So then I kind of start the day feeling a bit like, not good in a way that Matthew Walker wouldn't approve of. Put it that way.
Yeah.
It wasn't too bad. Do you intermittent fast?
No, I was speaking about this with Rachel earlier on. Actually, no, I don't, and I don't think I ever could. I don't think I could.
Really? Why? I
don't know if I just don't think I hate myself enough.
What if you really tried? What if we made a list of all your bad qualities?
I'd be fucked. I don't know if I have the discipline for a start, and I think especially when I'm cycling 5 days a week.
I mean, you're willing to shave your legs and eat vegan food to be a good cyclist. So I'd say discipline is not an issue for you.
But that's exactly it. Like if I go on the ride I did yesterday, it was about 55 minutes, and I burnt 1,200 calories. Now, if I start putting in intermittent fasting into something like that, I'm tough. Done for. On my 80-kilometer rides, we're looking at around 3,500 calories. So I get back and I'm like, yoma. There's no intermittent fasting going on. I'm eating on the bike. On the bike, my pockets are laden with snacks.
Yeah. Sounds amazing.
But having said that, before I let you go on with the intermittent fasting thing, when I was working at a studio in Crouch End, in fact, you knew where I was working. There was a Brazilian guy who was a member for about 3 or 4 months. Really slim, very fit, not necessarily toned, not strong, but just really, really fit. And he came to a class that I ran called Peloton. Now,
I remember.
This thing was horrendous. This class was absolutely horrendous. It was.
I think Rach did it.
Did she? No, fuck no. Rachel did just at one of my standard spin classes.
Right. Okay.
Peloton was your
Is
name.
Is it the people that sell you the exercise bike?
No, it's not the same. This was before they came along.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah,
right.
This is before they came along. So the idea of Peloton was that all of the bikes, all of the stats on the bikes, the power output, cadence, blah, 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 all gets put up in lights with your name on massive screens at the front of the class.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
And you score points based on your ability to push out power, to push out pure watts. Yeah. So the idea is it's 45 minutes, push as hard as you fucking can to come as high up as in the leaderboard as you can. Now, to give you an indication of how intense this class was, I had 5 different people puke in this class, and not in one of my classes, but someone died.
Oh my god!
Someone died in one of these classes. Yeah,
that's overshooting somewhat.
That's pushing pretty hard. Now, I should say, I mean, it was very tragic. It was fucking horrendous, and I should say that the person that died had an underlying heart condition that they had no knowledge of. And it was pretty shitty. But anyway, my point was that. But
somehow that death isn't like the fulcrum of this story, which is incredible.
It's not the fulcrum of this story. Also, we totally blame the studio because they hadn't bought defibrillators, so it was on them, fully on them.
Oh wow!
Yeah, total wankers. Anyway, the point is, this guy came to that class all the time. His fitness like went up and up and up and up and up and up and up. And we had a long conversation because he got into intermittent fasting. And I was like, man, how can you do that? How can you go in there? You turn up at like 9 in the morning. You haven't had anything to eat. Sometimes turning up at 12 in the afternoon for a lunchtime class. It's like, I haven't had anything to eat. How are you able to sustain that power for that long?
That's amazing.
Because I don't know if I'd be... I know I wouldn't be able to do that. Like, I know when I hit the wall...
Before you do anything in the day?
Yeah. Yeah, fuck yeah. Like, I usually get my carbs in. I wake up, and that's when I have my carbs.
You're a vegan. Everything is carbs.
Yeah.
Which is great. I mean that in a good way.
No, well, I mean, not really. I try and make it so that's not the case. Hence why this is my like my late lunch. Salad, beans, sweet corn, vegan sausages that have no carbs in them. So yeah, the beans have carbs, but the idea is try and keep the carbs low past lunchtime. That's my idea. Right. Otherwise I just put on...
You see, this diet, I invented it.
But anyway, I couldn't... I know how easily I hit the wall. Like, I hit the wall so quickly.
Right.
That I just don't know if I could... I just don't know if it would work for me. I don't think it would work for me. And I would be gutted if I tried it. I went out on a ride, and half an hour in, my body was just like... So... Yeah. But anyway... I've totally hijacked everything you're just saying. So, yeah, intermittent fasting...
That was super interesting. I mean, look, none of the rest of my story, no one dies. Okay, so let's just like nip that in the bud now.
Boring.
Yeah, absolutely no death, which is good. Yeah, no, because I got into intermittent fasting a while ago, and now I sort of the residual effects which are positive are that I eat breakfast a lot later. So what I tend to do usually is I get up and walk the dog or do some work or whatever. I usually eat around 11 and then usually go into the gym at about 12. This is during, at the moment where I'm not doing a full-time one job, blah, 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 blah. This morning I got up and just had a black coffee, went straight into the gym, did an hour of strength training and then half an hour of high intensity exercise bike, and that's the formula I use for pretty much every single workout I do. I try to leave having burnt 600 active calories, half on strength, half on exercise, give or take. And today, I don't know if it was just because I had a really big day yesterday or what, but I was noticeably like I had to do some different exercises. It was like a pull and back workout. Didn't use the rings at all. First time in ages. Like I felt like, okay, like very tender here. Could be also that Rachel just bought a little thermogun and I've been thermogunning myself for that little.
Yeah. Nice.
So that maybe it's my body getting used to that. But it's interesting that I was like, because usually I've had a bowl of muesli, a scoop of protein powder, some creatine, another coffee, and it's like, and then I'm sort of in it, and I can sort of I can effectively then go and burn what I've just eaten and a bit more, and then continue my day eating. So I've kept the residual effects of I eat a lot later, and I certainly don't get up now and eat before I do anything. But also because you're cycling, I love that we're slowly just turning this into a fitness podcast. I'm absolutely making my year because you're cycling so much. And I know enough about the cycling world to appreciate how much fuel your body needs. I feel like it's a different thing. My thing is like, I probably burn on average 3,000 calories a day once I've walked the dog as well. And I have to try and not eat that much. Whereas your thing is like, I've just burnt 3,000 calories in a ride. I need to find a loaf of bread and some honey.
Yeah, but it's interesting, isn't it? I mean, I'm going to say I'm exaggerating only because I don't do those rides all the time. Don't get me wrong. In the summer last year, yes. But in the last 6 weeks or so, I've been slack. And it's amazing because I felt it and I can see how I've slackened off. So my ride yesterday, I spent about 5 minutes of that ride. I'm not joking you. Audibly scolding myself for having had some of Sophie's homemade chocolate brownies. I was literally, I was 4 minutes up this hill, 4 minutes at looking at my heart rate up at like 165, thinking I'm only 4 minutes into this hill and I'm already 30 seconds behind my PR with about another 5 minutes of the climb to go. And I'm like, you stupid cunt, stop eating the brownies, stop eating the flapjacks.
Let me talk you off this ledge, right? Because I feel it. And the thing I just said about my calorie burning, blah, blah, blah. Dude, I know to the 5 calorie count how many calories I should have burned at each 5 minute increment of each workout I do.
Wow.
So it's like, so if I get to 30 minutes and I haven't burned 150 calories in my strength workout, it's like, okay, we need to find a way to up this. I'm not really in it today. Maybe I had some brownie and whatever. Like, we clearly are both with wonderful partners who are very able bakers, which is, as you know, a curse, lads.
It is.
Don't be jealous. It's a fucking nightmare. Because I don't know about you, dude, but my self-restraint does not extend to some of the incredible shit that Rachel. And also, I fucked myself this year, Kai, or last July. So Rachel's last birthday, me and my parents and some friends of Rachel, we all got together and bought Rachel a KitchenAid. You know, the sort of magic guy you get on your
fucking. I'm sorry, well, you're asking for it.
I've got the balls to complain after I organised that, and she makes all these. Like, honestly, as you know, her baking's unbelievable, right? But the thing is, two things. One, at the moment, everything's a bit shit and weird, right? Mm-hmm. So actually, if cake is a nice end of the day, I'm of the opinion to eat cake, because actually we'll come out of this, life will go back to normal. You know, pleasure will come from other places, but at the moment it's a bit meager and rubbish. So I'm fell a pound on it, but whatever. Fuck you, mind, and taking our money. Do you know what I mean? I just think if it's a nice thing, enjoy the nice thing, because there's not loads of them at the moment in some ways. And also, no, I didn't have an also. I thought I did, but it's basically at the moment things are difficult, so just eat some cake. No, because it will pass. Yeah, I know, it's beautiful, isn't it? And I really struggle with it, because I just, oh god, like the thing Rachel does, which is really smart, is she'll make up a load of cookie dough, make like 6 cookies, and then we'll have like 3 cookies each after dinner, and then freeze like a log of it, so you can then cut off frozen slices.
Okay.
Really good idea. So rather than you eat 20 cookies in the next 48 hours, you know, you kind of spread it out a bit. But I
can't do that. That's my problem. This is my thing, is I just don't have that stuff in. I don't get any of that stuff in. I just don't buy it. So if
don't buy what? Sorry, is in like baked goods.
No, yeah, as in literally, I won't purchase anything where I'm going to be like, yeah, I know that tastes good, but it's not conducive to anything, so I'm not going to buy it. Plus, like, I'm happy enough having my things. The problem is on a whim, Sophie would be like, look, I've just made these. And I'm like, wow, they're amazing. Do you want to try a bit? Like, yeah, go on, I'll try a bit.
Yeah,
and it's like, fuck, this is why I don't buy it. And this is why I don't make it. I have to say, Sophie's cooking and baking is outrageous. One of her friends made donuts, vegan donuts.
Oh man, that's tough.
They were unbelievable.
How are you supposed to say no to that?
I didn't even contemplate saying no.
but that's the thing. I do also have a hint of like, dude, you and I, like, we probably, well, you obviously are well above average to how much exercise you do. I'm probably, for someone who isn't a personal trainer, I'm probably in quite a specific percentile of people who really do a lot of training.
You're an athlete.
So, like, dude, no one's fucking paying me to do this, right? Like, the only payoff I get is whatever I want it to be.
Yeah.
And my rules are, if I want to have a fucking cake, I'm going to have one. And I appreciate that spending time in the gym doing strength training and not eating properly is a surefire way to make yourself unwell in one way or the other, be it like, you know, muscular or whatever. But also, like, fuck off. Yeah. You know, like, we're all trying. I mean, dude, you're eating a salad for lunch. I think that is fantastic, because I like salads a lot, but I'm not very good at prepping them.
Oh, it's so easy. Oh, you don't need it. That's the great thing about this. This is just a bag of mixed salad, some stock. You get a stock called bouillon.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Just sprinkle that on there. Nutritional yeast, a little bit of French dressing.
What's nutritional yeast?
Nutritional yeast is a horrendously sounding name for it's a yeast extract in a tub, and it has a very kind of slightly cheesy, nutty, savory flavor. And it's
do that in like a kind of like, listen, yeah, this is your new life, bro. Yeah, I enjoyed it, and you're kind of selling it to me. I'm sort of thinking this might be my pledge for this week, is to eat a salad today.
Yeah. But get some of this stuff in. I mean, this stuff is like, it's a lifesaver for a vegan, because it really does go with anything. But it's just a great bit of seasoning. They've like add B vitamins in there, and it's really high in protein and stuff. So,
oh great!
But really easy. It literally takes what I've got. To drain the black beans, drain the sweet corn, drain the
swamp. So you just have them straight out the tin. No cooking the black beans.
No cooking. No cooking.
None of that nonsense. I thought you had to cook black beans or you die. I mean, sorry, no, I'm thinking of chicken.
Yeah.
No, but I did think there was something to do with pulses having to be cooked.
Nah, can you have them straight out?
I mean, clearly not, because you're still talking and you ate that like an hour ago.
Exactly.
So fine.
Yeah. All good.
You're my canary down the mine. So cheers.
Quite literally, because I am half canary.
Bit of fun, isn't it? Okay, but I might give this a whirl, because I keep thinking. So basically, right, this is how my fitness pal. This is the health pod, isn't it? Today, this is what's happening.
Seems like it, yeah.
My fitness pal. Every day, I've already told you what I have for breakfast: the muesli with a scoop of protein powder and low-fat yogurt, bit of almond milk.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. Mix it all up. Whatever. Right, done. And then for lunch, almost always, I'll either have 2 bits of toast or a bagel. So after my workout, with 3 eggs, another scoop of protein powder, and an apple.
Nice.
And then usually I have some kind of tea time treat at the moment. So we've got some lovely homemade marmalade in. So I have a couple of bits of toast with that on. Lovely bit of business. And then for dinner, whatever's going, like tonight we're going to have baked potatoes with beans and tuna, mayo and whatever. Nice stuff. But I was thinking the other day, I don't know if I'm eating enough actual like foliage, roughage. What's it called?
Foliage.
What's the one I mean?
I want a lot. Dust.
I can't work out which word is stupid.
A little bit of dust, Julie. A little bit of dust.
Have you seen the old salt prick?
Oh yeah.
He's just dust all over his dinner. Yeah. Whatever. We're gonna throw a knife from there.
You're talking about fruit and veg.
Yeah, because often we'll have like broccoli or peas or like something steamed for dinner with whatever we're having. Most of the time it's some kind of chips. We'll make sweet potato wedges.
What do you think of broccoli?
I'll smash through broccoli, no problem.
That's fucking rubbish.
I don't love it, but I'll eat it. But you just got to put enough salt and butter on it. You can't have butter. Enough
it goes on anything. It's fine. No. It's fine. You've got fake butter. Like vegan butters are great. They're fine.
All right. Okay. Right. So what do you have veg wise?
So I've got myself back onto the old NutriBullet laden green smoothies.
Great.
So
maybe that's what I should get back into.
Yeah, get back onto those.
What do you do? What do you do with those? What do you put in?
So,
and don't start telling me about fucking beetroot because I'm leaving.
No. I mean, do you know what? I'm not gonna lie to you. When I went on the whole clean blood work cycling kick, I was on.
Which sounded like it was still happening last week.
Yeah,
is it already over?
Well, it's not. It's just my routine, which should help me lose like 10 kilos and had me really, really OCD focused, has fallen away at the moment. But I had, so the things that I had that were basically making up a lot of my day: dry beetroot powder, like a green fucking superfood powder mix, which is full of like algae and pond slime and all this shit, and it was great.
It sounds
great. So what I do is the green smoothies are half of it is spinach or kale.
Okay.
2 bananas, frozen berries.
No, don't like bananas. Fuck that.
Oh, you don't like bananas.
Oh, dude, it's awful. Do you know, I can sort of eat them now. But do you know what? No, sorry. Go on. I need to get over myself. Yeah, so half a thing spinach, 2 bananas.
Yeah.
Frozen blueberries.
Or mixed berries. Frozen mixed berries.
Mixed berries, if you're feeling fancy. Lovely.
Water. Blitz it up.
Water.
Like I said, a little bit of Wolf Blitzer. But sometimes what I'll do is, if I beetroot powder, I'll put a couple of scoops of beetroot powder, because the sweetness of the fruit rather covers up the earthiness of the beetroot. Okay,
cool. Because the thing with beetroot, right, is I ate it once, right? This is years ago.
Disgusting.
And then I did a big red bloody shit. Obviously, it wasn't blood, but I didn't know that, and no fucker told me what was going to happen if I tried beetroot.
It's like you having your period for the first time.
Listen, I called my cousin, who I knew actually had blood in his stool once. This is like 15 years ago. And I was like, Mike, I think I'm shitting blood. What do I do? And he's like super lovely, my cousin. And he's really calm. He's like, mate, it's almost certainly nothing to worry about. Definitely worth going to see the GP. He gave me all this lovely advice. He went, obviously, unless you have beetroot. And I was like, sorry, rewind. What was the last thing you said? He said, yeah, unless you have beetroot, obviously. I was like, why would that matter? He said, because that can make
it down.
Yeah, we was like, oh yeah, that makes it all. I was like, what? So since then, right, I thought I was dying. So beetroot can move. I don't give a but to roll it back one, can you just shove a vanilla protein scoop in there as well?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
I might have a little dabble in this,
Do it. Do it. It's honestly, I've got myself. I'm trying to get myself.
I just feel like I'm not having enough naturally sourced vitamins.
Yeah, exactly. You know and there's only so much, and that's the thing. I stress about that in terms of being like, oh, how do I fit getting all that into my meals? And if I know that I'm having freaking, you know, like 2-3 handfuls of spinach and more, because what I'm trying to do is just, that's my morning. My morning is 2 smoothies.
Right.
So I'm basically going like raw, fresh food.
Yeah.
Till midday. And that's the plan at the moment.
And then pancakes.
And then exactly. And pancakes and brownies.
Yeah. You've got to have the payoff, big man. Do you know what I mean?
That's my intermittent fasting. Intermittent good food fasting.
Yeah. No, but that speaks a lot of sense.
Yeah, it's honestly it's worth
doing.
Where
I've been lacking a bit because like this sounds like something that's gonna make everyone go, "Blah, shut up, you dickhead." But in terms of because I do try and balance calories with workouts and blah 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 all that kind of stuff, that doesn't sound like a particularly calorific way of having all those important foods. Because and this is you're not agreeing, which makes me a bit nervous. Is that right? Or?
No, yeah.
Okay, no, dude, you're the guru here. So if you're a bit like non-committal, then I'm immediately out. If guy's not eating it, I'm not going there. Because depressingly, in my older, more grown-up self, muesli is now a treat. I love muesli.
Muesli's amazing.
I know I did sugar muesli from Tesco.
Yes, all day long.
Oh my goodness, it's such a lovely thing to eat.
Yeah, that blue packet, no added sugar Tesco muesli is banging.
Correct.
Yes.
That's what Rach made of this. Scoop of chocolate protein powder in that. I know you're going to be like, oh, yeah. But I mean, and mix it up with some yogurt, almond milk. You get this weird sludgy.
Yeah, it's great.
Lovely. But even without the horrible protein powder, which I'm sure will kill me, it's delicious. It's really, really good.
Yeah.
And so I'm just trying to find like ways of keeping the things that I like and gradually just modifying my diet enough that, like, because basically every other meal we eat in the evening at the moment we'll either make sweet potato wedges, or just use oven chips because potatoes are best, right? And that's where it all goes wrong for me every evening.
Yeah.
And then, you know, then it's like, well, how many more episodes of Friends can we watch while we eat chips? Have
you watched The Good Place?
No, Rach has.
Oh, it's really good. It's really good. It's really, really good. Recommend it. That's a very easy watch. A very easy, enjoyable watch. So easy to binge.
It looks too funny to watch in the gym. That's the other gym rule.
Oh, okay.
For me.
It's got to be
nothing funny.
Okay.
You can't be deadlifting 100 kilos and then laugh.
That's so true. Yeah, you get.
Or another thing that happened to me this year, which was really funny. So I got to the point with deadlifts where I was using all the weight I could fit on my bar in the gym, right? So 117.5 kilos is the max I can deadlift because that's all there is. So I'll do 5 sets of 5 of that. And I was doing that leg day one day, and I worked this project last year. Funnily enough, Paddy may still be listening, of a wonderful actor and writer called James Rowland, and he wrote this trio of plays called Songs of Friendship, and they're just beautiful one-man shows. They're like storytelling shows. He's a fucking magician, man. But anyway, so Paddy and I were doing all the technical production and project management of recording these things on location during lockdown. And 17 quid to mine now. Anyway, and on the morning before the first recording, I was like, I need to finish listening to the end of the first show, and it had a really sad ending, and the sad ending unfolded as I was deadlifting my max weight of deadlifts, and I started to tear up whilst I was holding the weight. And I was like, I can't really move or breathe because I had a big lump in my throat. It was a really sad end to this thing. I was like, oh my God, what do I do? Absolutely pathetic.
Such a great image.
Absolutely crucial. You don't watch anything usually funny, anything too emotive that fucks with your breathing.
Nice.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it makes sense.
To just
makes
wash over you. If you're, trying to do something heavy and then, disastrous.
Have you seen Peaky Blinders?
Loved it. Watched the first couple of seasons. Haven't seen all of it.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't watched it. I've watched 4 episodes. I tried to get into it with Sophie. Sophie wasn't really digging it, but I really enjoyed it. I need to get.
Is she
back
blind? I watched it mainly to look at Cillian. What's his name?
Yeah, Cillian Murphy. Exactly.
Human beings I've ever seen.
Right. Absolutely.
It's just his smouldering, angry little gangster face.
I really wish that he could have been Bond. I think he would have been a great Bond.
Can you imagine? That's a good shout.
Bond.
Absolutely out of the park. We watched Goldfinger the other night.
Oh yeah,
mate. Honestly, even though Rachel and I both need to expect it, the sexism in the mid-60s in Hollywood.
Oh man, the sound of that bum slap by the pool.
Yes, exactly. It's like, it literally is like, go away, man talk.
Yeah.
And just hits her bum. I was like, I feel like I've done something wrong by re-witnessing this moment in cinema. That is awful. Anyway, oh shit, what was I going to say before we get onto some interesting things you found on the internet? It will come back. Dude, before I have to go and deal with home improvements.
Yes.
I understand there are some exciting things open on your screen that we'd all like to hear about.
Well, I mean, I saw this and I knew that I had to show you, although, do you know what? There we go. Maybe the full video. So I'll give you a little bit of context on this. So this is 2 Norwegian Premier League teams. So this is basically, I just opened a load of stuff on Reddit and we won't get through all of it, but a couple of things that are hilarious. So video for this is Norwegian Premier League teams. Sandefjord and Mjøndalen played a game of football using video glasses, receiving live video from a camera above the pitch. So there's a bird's eye camera.
There was a physical game of football.
A physical game of football. And they're all wearing glasses.
But they were just watching the bird's eye view of all 22 of them.
Exactly.
You've got to work out who you are in the picture and then run around.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a gift from heavens above.
It's just one of the best things.
Oh, dude, can you put it on the stream?
Yeah. I'm gonna put it on the stream.
Let me get the stream up so I can watch it on the stream. That is absolutely gorgeous.
Honestly, it's one of the most enjoyable.
This is why technology is so vital, isn't it?
Okay.
I'm gonna be slightly behind watching the stream.
It's fine. It's fine.
We're seeing behind the scenes into Kai's OBS. Oh, here we go.
Og Mjøndalen, velkommen til verdens første kamp i videobrillefotball. Det vi skal gjøre i dag er å spille en fotballkamp. Dere skal da bli utstyrt med videobriller.
Kort forklart, når jeg tar på meg brillene, så ser jeg nå
Okay, so I'm watching slightly behind with the viewers and listeners. I mean, the listeners are going to be fuming.
Som gammeldags videospill, egentlig, er tanken, I hvert fall.
There you go. Oh, look at that. That's not a full-size pitch.
No, it's like a power league or like a bite-size.
Velkommen.
Du skal få lov til å ta på brillene med en gang, for du skal også ha briller I dag.
Do you know what I mean? Like we aren't about to... Oh, he's a big man, isn't he? Like we're not about to...
I watched this and I was like, it can't be that hard, can it? And then I was imagining just how difficult it was.
I think I'd probably win some kind of medal for the most entertaining attempt. Do you know what I mean? To try and follow myself around on screen.
I skipped it along a little bit, so you can see.
Okay, gutta! Må ta senteret, da! Ja, kom igjen. Bra.
Okay, right, so the kicked off.
Fri foran mål nå snart.
Det noen på løp der, eller?
Langs kanten.
So great.
Bra!
Og der. Det innkast? Ja. Ja, hvem har støttet meg her nå?
Hvem det her?
Hvem som han markerer her nå?
Ja, du der, ja.
Det en som har hekta seg på meg her nå. Dette jo feil. Var det kast? Det ikke rett I mål, da?
Oh, lovely. I mean, they're all getting a taste of old age, aren't they?
Watching the goalkeepers is just amazing. You've never seen goalkeepers look more stressed out in your life.
I'm going to really regret saying, no, I'm not even going to try it. It doesn't look like it should be that hard.
Exactly, it doesn't look like it should be that hard.
Obviously, the sample size is big enough that clearly it is, because it's not like one or two are struggling. They're all struggling. But, dude, they're running around like toddlers. The keeper's just lying on the floor. What was he doing fucking judo?
He's got the right idea.
Where is it? I mean, it is on screen. There you go. There it is. Yeah, lovely. Past your mate. Your mate's turned into a zombie. Unfortunate. Where am I? How can they not? Surely you just do a movement. Oh, there's a goal coming.
Yeah, I mean...
It doesn't actually touch the back of the net. Nor That's amazing. It rolls to a stop. Oh, God. What an absolute... Mate,
right,
top.
There you go. So it's just... brilliant.
Dude, delightful work on your part finding that. Absolutely well done.
Made me cry.
First rate wins. And there's that Streamlabs. There we go. Now we're back. Lovely. I'm very nervous about the football this evening. Man United playing tonight.
Yeah, we are, but we're fine because we've got a 4-0 lead over Real Sociedad.
What's that like? What's that feel like?
Beautiful. Absolutely
Mate,
beautiful.
As you know, and people watching may remember, I don't know, I'm an Arsenal fan, and we've got to play Benfica. It's technically our home leg tonight in maths. We 1-1 from the first leg. Kai, when I tell you, we kicked the shit out of Benfica in the first 70% of the pitch.
Mm-hmm.
And then just had one of those days in front of goal. And we should batter them tonight. They are pony, mate.
Are you? Is this at the Emirates?
No.
Oh,
so the first leg,
Portugal.
Our away leg, no, not allowed to play in Portugal. So our away leg, the Benfica home leg, was in Rome, and now our home leg tonight is at the Olympiacos Stadium in Athens, which is where we fell out of the competition last year.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, oh God, the plus side, right, is I can watch all the games at the moment. It's every game's on TV.
I love that's as good as it gets being an Arsenal fan.
But exactly, because you get it, right? Because the bloody Paddy's just messaged saying, "What's the big fart noise that sometimes happens? Have I missed something?" I have no idea what he's talking about.
That's just because you mentioned Arsenal.
Did you press a fart noise?
Yeah.
I didn't hear it because I got the stream muted. If it wasn't for Pads, I wouldn't have a clue. You're just doing behind my back. Great. Yeah, I don't know who your spotter is, but my spotter's on it. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so the irony of it is, right, is I can finally watch all of the games, and that's been the dream for me forever because they're all on telly. And I've got time, and I'm not gigging, so I don't miss any of the 3 p.m. kickoffs or whatever. Blah blah blah. But it is the worst season we've had in my living memory.
Shocker, absolute shocker.
It's incredible, isn't it? You just think I get that it's all weird and everything's weird, and it's still interesting. It's still fun because I'm just getting to follow the soap opera of football properly and listen to all the podcasts and. But it's like, could we just another season of 6th? I'd be all right.
Yeah, it's a shocker.
Sounds like the carpenter has arrived to do a socially distanced inspection of the house. We need to get out of this room.
Yes, you do. You need to get.
Sorry to cut it off so swiftly.
It's fine. That's just in time before we get to dissect the frailties of your beloved Arsenal Football Club.
Oh, we can do that on Saturday. It's going to be fucking long and miserable. Come back for that, guys. Listen, I'm going to fucking have a go at this NutriBullet spinach thing every day this week.
Do it.
Or as soon as I can get hold of some spinach. I'm actually going to message you for some links to beetroot powder and NutriBullet. And I can now hear Scout welcoming this guest, so I better go and distance myself.
Go. All right. We'll see you on Saturday.
Much love, everybody.
Peace out.
Brother.